let's start from the ground up in terms of supply chain. We can start from retail and then we'll go back, right?
Perfect.
So retail, we actually have. I heard you actually say swed. We like to say Swede because it rhymes with
Okay,
weed,
fair enough. All right, good to know.
but
Good to
all
know.
good. But Swede stands for smoke weed every day, and we have basically launched two retail locations, one in Los Angeles near LAX in Inglewood, and a secondary location basically 2 weeks after we launched the one in LA in Amsterdam. It is a coffee shop, so a consumption lounge is what we would call it here in the United States. And yeah, those two stores have been humming along, and there are more coming. So if we move up from there, we also have actual product that we sell in our stores under the Death Row Records cannabis brand and line, right? There are multiple different kinds of products. So starting from the top in terms of top quality, we have jars and eighths and jars. We then also have our like pendant bags, which are supposed to look like, the chain that the guys wear on the team. We even put two peg holes in so you could put a chain through it and make it kind of like vanity packaging.
Very cool.
And then we also have our value line, which actually is great weed that I purchase in 7 or 14 gram denominations. So
Yep.
either a half or a quarter. And then we also have these pre rolls that Snoop really, really likes in Bubblegum OG, and I think the other one's Cotton Candy OG right now. We also are available with these products in New Mexico and Michigan, and soon to be in some other territories later this year. We also have a different brand up in Canada. The words death and the phrase death row were not very positively looked upon, even though it is a 30-plus-year-old record label. And so we had to go with a different direction, and we ended up reusing our old brand of LBS, Leafs by Snoop, called Pounds, basically, and we called it Dog Pounds. So in Canada, we have Dog Pounds, they have vapes, we have flour, we have pre-rolls, and we're doing pretty well up there. And then we also have the hemp side of our business, so the non-regulated side of our business. We have hemp flour. If you go to swede.com, we have hemp flour on there for sale, as well as edibles that can be delivered to, I believe, 38 states in the country, as well as our hemp-derived Delta 9 and CBD beverage line called Do It Fluid under Death Row, as well as Doggy Spritz, which is under the Snoop Dogg line. And so those are available wherever you can buy your hemp products. So DoorDash, actually, we work with them really closely, and they are able to deliver our products to you in hopefully under 30 minutes, depending on where you are. But I think that's pretty much encompassing what we do. We obviously have partnerships. We just signed a deal with Sensi Seeds because they are the standard when it comes to quality and veracity of their actual seeds, being able to germinate, pop, and give and deliver to the consumer and grower what they have tested in their labs and their stashes over the years, right? So I think that overall, we also have a deal with Futurola. Sorry, I'm just like remembering all these things that we've been doing. We only recently came out with the products, and they are basically rolling papers and cones, and all hemp based, as well as what's Futurola really known for? They're known for their industrial knock boxes, right?
Right.
And so Snoop was like, man, I know how to roll. I know you know how to roll, but how many people like to smoke weed and don't know how to roll? I want to figure out how I can make like a personalized knockbox. And so when we were talking to Futurola, they were like, we love that idea. That's really great. We actually have that thought coming out, and we have already ideated what it might look like for a 3 to 5, personal knockbox joint thing, right? So we are coming out with that soon as well. It's really cool, and it'll make it a lot easier for people who may find some anxiety when it comes to rolling their own J's, a little bit more ease to do so. But I think that's pretty much it for now. And there's a lot of things coming up. We're definitely expanding Swede in a very strategic and calculated way, as opposed to kind of like spraying and praying and just kind of picking up as many retail locations as possible. And then with the product expansion, first and foremost, like it's like quality needs to be there, right? So lots of things in brewing, lots of things happening, and we're excited about what's to come in the next year to 3 years. Yeah.